The Mariana Trench is the deepest point on Earth. It is 36,000 feet below the surface, deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Only 3 people have ever been to the bottom. And what they found down there was alive. The Mariana Trench lies in the western Pacific Ocean, roughly 200 miles east of the Mariana Islands. At its deepest point, a slot-shaped valley called Challenger Deep, it reaches approximately 36,070 feet below the surface of the ocean. That is nearly 7 miles straight down. To understand how deep that is, consider that the cruising altitude of a commercial aircraft is roughly 36,000 feet. The Mariana Trench is as far below sea level as an airplane is above it. If Mount Everest were placed at the bottom of the trench, its peak would still be more than a mile underwater. At the bottom of the Mariana Trench, the water pressure exceeds 15,000 pounds per square inch. That is approximately 1,000 times the atmospheric pressure at sea level. A human body, unprotected, would be crushed instantly. The temperature hovers between 1 and 4 degrees Celsius. It is permanently, absolutely dark. No photon of sunlight has ever reached the bottom. And yet, when humans finally got there, they found life. The first descent to the bottom of the Mariana Trench occurred on January 23, 1960. Jacques Piccard, a Swiss oceanographer, and Don Walsh, a U.S. Navy lieutenant, descended in the Bathyscaphe Trieste, a deep-sea submersible designed to withstand extreme pressure. The descent took 4 hours and 47 minutes. At the bottom, through a small porthole clouded with condensation, Piccard reported seeing a flat fish, approximately 1 foot long, resting on the ocean floor. The observation was met with astonishment. Scientists had theorized that the extreme pressure at those depths would make complex life impossible. A vertebrate animal, a fish with bones and muscles and a nervous system, had no business being 7 miles underwater. Subsequent expeditions have confirmed that the Mariana Trench supports a diverse ecosystem. The dominant organisms are amphipods, shrimp-like crustaceans that have adapted to the extreme pressure. Their cells contain a molecule called trimethylamine N-oxide, which prevents the crushing pressure from distorting their proteins. They feed on organic matter that sinks from the surface, a constant rain of dead organisms, fecal matter, and debris called marine snow. In 2012, filmmaker James Cameron made the second manned descent to Challenger Deep, alone, in the Deep-Sea Challenger, a submersible he helped design. Cameron spent approximately 3 hours at the bottom, filming and collecting samples. He described the environment as a desolate, lunar landscape of fine, pale sediment. But it was not lifeless. He observed amphipods, sea cucumbers, and extensive microbial mats, colonies of bacteria and archaea that extract energy from chemicals in the sediment rather than from sunlight. In 2019, explorer Victor Vescovo made the third descent and reached a depth of 35,853 feet, slightly deeper than Piccard and Walsh's original measurement, due to improved instruments. Vescovo's expedition discovered several new species of amphipod and observed features of the trench floor that had never been documented. But Vescovo also found something else. At the bottom of the deepest point on Earth, in a place that only 3 humans had ever visited, he found a plastic bag in candy wrappers. Human garbage had reached the most remote location on the planet. This discovery was not entirely surprising. Studies have detected microplastics in sediment samples from the Mariana Trench at concentrations higher than in some surface waters. The mechanisms are straightforward. Plastics that enter the ocean are gradually broken down into smaller and smaller particles. These particles are denser than seawater and slowly sink, accumulating in the deepest parts of the ocean over decades. The Mariana Trench is not the only deep place on Earth. The Tonga Trench, the Philippine Trench, the Kermadec Trench, and the Puerto Rico Trench all exceed 25,000 feet in depth. Each is poorly explored. Each almost certainly contains species unknown to science. We have better maps of the surface of the Moon and Mars than we do of our own ocean floor. Over 80% of the Earth's ocean remains unmapped by modern sonar. The Mariana Trench, the deepest we know about, may not even be the deepest place on Earth. There could be deeper points beneath the Antarctic ice sheets or in unexplored regions of the Pacific that have never been surveyed. What we do know is that wherever we have looked in the deep ocean, we have found life. In boiling volcanic vents. In freezing, lightless abysses. In water so pressurized it would crush a submarine. Life adapts. Life persists. Life fills every space the Earth provides. The Mariana Trench is the most extreme environment on our planet. It is dark, cold, crushing, and remote. And it is alive. The question is no longer whether life can exist in extreme environments. The question is whether there is any environment on Earth or beyond it where life cannot find a way. If you found this fascinating, subscribe for more stories like this. We post new videos every week.